Can you confirm you can hear me very well, Michael?
Yes, I can hear.
So, okay. So I don't know if you've used this thing before.
I'm used to using
But
what's it called?
StreamYard.
Wait, is it StreamYard? So funny thing is, when you told me about the platform, I thought it was going to be StreamYard. Then I saw Restream. Like, okay, what's Restream about? Let's see what the platform is about.
So it's the
So are we
idea.
connected right now on YouTube
Is that
or okay, we're on YouTube right
yes, you're
now.
live. You're connected on YouTube.
Oh, so you already
Yes.
see me as I'm tying my bow. It's fine.
Oh, sorry about that. Hi everyone. It's good. I think I'm looking
Wow.
for Mary. She will join us today. I had like immediately, so we don't take so much time. I'll soon unmute my my. I'll soon on on open up my video so that everyone can see me. I'm going to sort the backend, one or two things back end. I'll also
That's
share the
fine.
link to the stream to you now, so you can also share the community as well for everyone joining in.
Not a problem.
Okay, so well, today's conversation is really excellent. In fact, a lot of entrepreneurs are going to be joining in here, and a lot of them as well. To a large extent, assume what network really is. So so this one is going to be exciting. We have about 4 persons here. I'm sure they are really eager to learn from wealth of your knowledge and everyone who will be joining us live. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, the only one here, Treasures Network, as kicked out. The network has developed a mind of its own.
No,
Welcome.
I'm really prepared for this network today. So I invested it to it. So I'm just looking at the potential of having a very smooth network. I'm also testing. I have various network providers I'm testing. So I'm trying to see, I'm trusting that Nigeria does not happen to this network, not me. But yeah, I'm hoping that we can have a very smooth ride. And
Yeah.
the network does not disturb me. Okay, so welcome everyone. About 4 persons joining us live ready. I'm going to just wait if you're going to join in. We're sure we can start in the next 3 minutes. All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. All right. So we can start. While we have Mary joining us, so I would love to kick off this conversation. We have about 5 persons who are watching us live. I know there are people who watch this section after now, and I'm excited about this section because it's one that I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs assume a lot. Most times we don't we don't understand the concepts, but we assume we do. And then at the end of the day, we find that we really don't, because the outcome of activity, engagement, and network activities, it becomes obvious that we don't. Right. So I feel like this section is going to be important, especially as we build up the Africa SME Assembly. It's going to help us kind of broaden our mindset and kind of position us rightly on steps to take, activities to execute on as we work towards the Africa SME Assembly 2025. So, sir, thanks so much for joining. I don't want to take so much time to do an introduction. I want to straight into it. It's pretty straightforward. We're talking about some very critical aspects, networking, and how networking can help, and how effective networking can help businesses scale faster. I believe so much in the fact that it's not healthy for a business to build alone. You need to have the right people in your network. You need to grow, right? And to be able to do that, there's a need for this knowledge, right? I'm just thinking about it. A few days ago, I was at an event, not really an event, it was a meeting, and I met someone who shared insights with me, and it was literally the answer needed for a concept I've been thinking about for like 2 months. One conversation. That conversation brought in my mind, and I felt like, okay, this is possible, right? This is really possible, right? And it was just in that meeting, that networking opportunity, and the benefits cannot be oversized, right? And so today we're going to be digging deep into the concept of networking. Like I said at the beginning, this whole process is a build up for the Africa SME Assembly, right? So while we're waiting for the second speaker to come in, I want to put you on spot. I want to what's a bit of your journey in the networking, like being a business owner and a business consultant who understands the necessity of networking. And how has it been like for you? What has been the advantage of networking? Has it affected and helped your business scale?
Okay, thank you very much. And welcome to everyone who is going to be catching us either from YouTube or who is connected with us here. Networking. So before we even start talking about my story, and before we start talking about strategy and all of that, I think that one thing that is very, very important that we lay as the foundation for this conversation is the fact that we need to have the right mind. Having the right mindset connected to it is truly understanding exactly what is networking even supposed to achieve, right? Because I could go on and on and start about what I have experienced in my own journey, but you must be able to pick up one or two things from that, see it in to say, oh, okay, explanation she has made, this really keys in or tie into what networking is about. So before we talk tactics, before we talk strategy, before we say anything about my story, I think we need the right frame of mind, because networking isn't just about exchange of contact. Networking isn't just about swapping a business card or you walking the room. networking is primarily about connection as an ongoing investment, much like building a financial portfolio, because the compounded value of your consistent effort, your authentic relationship building over a period of time determines your future social capital, which is what activity of networking translates into at the end of the day. Because what having this perspective at the back of your mind, what having this perspective will do for you is that it helps you to be able to predict, plan, and position yourself for results without reducing the process, without reducing merely a mechanical also. Because I know people who engage networking either in a virtual meeting, they just do it to let me go to this event, let me just go there, collect contact. I collect this contact, maybe I'll be able to get customers. You run in, you will get it wrong. You're necessarily exposing yourself to pressures that are not required, because really, of course, human beings respond different ways to certain environments. But one thing I always encourage people to dearest minimum are self-imposed pressures. It's one thing for external element or factors to contribute pressure, right, or add pressure to what you're doing, but you yourself should not have self. And that's what's going into the activity of networking, just with the mindset of collect as many numbers as possible, convert into as many sales as possible, or into as many partnership conversations as possible. That is an approach that brings you into a terrain that is not necessary. So how have I engaged networking over the years? I think for me, I like talking to people, talking with people. So in sales, we will typically say that there are different kind of sales profile, meaning that there are different kind of personalities that are captured when we see a person engaged in the activity of in the transactions to do with building relationship, engaging in communication between one or two or three or more persons. You will see that there are different kinds of people that emerges in an environment like that. How do I mean? You have people who find it easy to talk to people. You have people who find it easy to walk up to a person. This is different from talking to someone. This is somebody going into an unknown terrain, not sure of who you're going to meet. You're not sure if that person will receive you, but you're just going there because you have mastered the skill of breaking that wall, or breaking the ice. There are some persons who they just do it because it's what the reason of their biological frame, right? So definitely when we find ourselves even at events, or we find us online engaging in certain things, those different personalities that are locked inside of us, that defines us, typically expresses themselves. Somebody say, "Oh, I don't know how to talk in the public. I don't know how to start conversation. I don't know how to enlarge the bound of the conversation, even if somebody starts." Right? For me, it wasn't the case. Naturally, I like talking to people, enriching my interaction with people, even while I am there, such that whether we take the conversation out of that place where we meet or not, for me, it really doesn't make any difference to me. I would typically want to leave an imprint on the person I am interacting with as point of contact. And that's one thing that is very critical for networking. But because for me, it comes somewhat natural, right? I studied communication. I have been an art student even while I was in university. So communication and something is both a skill and a natural flavor of my personality that I exhibit. So it was somewhat easy for me to do that. But one thing that I found that the networking did for me was that it helped me to also be able to capture value, such that as much as I am building relationship, I'm also by experience able to identify key persons that are going to be critical in the lineup of activities or in the lineup of strategies or in the lineup of life that I feel like they will be relevant. And when I say event of life, you realize I didn't say business, because I have met people in events. I have encountered people at events that we've not even had to do this together. We've become friends. They've become people that when I need counsel, when I need guidance, when I need contact, when I need things that are beyond that transactional exchange of I have a product buy or have a service buy, they've actually been very, very fundamental to that. And I have been the same to them. There are people where that we have, the last time we saw was at the event, but we still communicate online, and we've never had to meet again because we are not in the same location. But there are people that they can easily come and say, Motola, I need somebody in this industry. Do you know it? And why is that possible? Is because the first time we got to meet, the interaction that we had was very genuine. It was very authentic. It was very transparent. I was talking to you yesterday about somebody that I called while we were trying to plan for the trade fair. And it was like, Motola, I've been looking for your contact. This is somebody that we spoke like 3 years ago. Where have you been? I've been looking for your contact. How far are you doing? And we got talking, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's true. Why you don't tell me this thing? Like, you should have told me this thing. Like, if you had told me earlier, maybe I would have done something, but you know, too bad. Still send the information, we'll push it to our community. This is somebody that we met at an event. Do you understand? So for me, networking is very, very it's active. Networking is lively. Networking has a lot of things inside of it that goes beyond transaction. We are first a social being, and that's one thing that many people forget. But I do not ever forget that. I could go into an event if I don't feel like talking to people. If I feel like if I engage this person, I will not be in tune with that conversation, or I will not be able to give my all to that conversation. I don't go out to reach out to people, but if they come to me because they've made an attempt to come into me, of course I will respond accordingly, right? Usually tell people is that as much as you may not go to people, when people come to you, you must be receptive, because we cannot say that we want people to start networking or want to encourage people to network, and even you yourself. They say if you want to make friends, you show yourself friendly. So when people come to you, that must be done. And for me, these are some of the things that interplace when I interact with the activity of networking. It's not just a strategy for me. It's not just a strategy. It's a way of life.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Motola. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I think this makes a lot of sense. Something that really stood out, the fact that networking is active. It's not passive. It's not something you're going to wait for. It's something that you go for. You don't wait for after it. So if you're in a position where you are approaching some kind of people, you should prepare your heart and prepare yourself to actually like actively engage in it. Right? Question, a lot of times people don't know that there's a skill to networking.
True.
So I wonder, what are the most important skill a business owner ought to the most important networking skill a business owner is going to come from an event like the Africa SME Assembly? What was the most important skill this business owner should have?
Number one, you must have your communication skill needs to be on point.
Okay.
Your ability to be able to engage in a conversation, break the ice. And when we say you are breaking the ice, that is, you must know how to start a conversation with a stranger, even with an unsmiling stranger, or with a skeptical stranger, right? Typically, many people are often skeptical when you approach them in events because they know that people come there to come and look for who to sell to. So a lot of people are skeptical. So it makes that activity that should have become a social engagement, a space for genuine human connection, right? They just have made it so much calculated transaction such that they are now beginning to tie every interaction to a metric that just intensifies pressure, both on themselves and even the person that they are going to meet. So one thing that you really need to understand is, how do I kick off that conversation? Because it's beyond how my name is Omotola. Yeah, yeah. It's beyond saying, oh, my name is Omotola Dorcas and I'm the CEO of Virtual Domain. Yes. Eh? How can what do you want the person to say? How can I help you? Or the person will say, my name is so, and I'm the CEO of this. Do you see how that you already know where that kind of conversation will go?
It's over.
Do you get? But then you're like, hello. All right. I know everybody is going all about introducing one another, but you just seem to stand out. And you actually caught my interest, not because of what you wore, but I don't know, there's just something about your person that really feels like I would really be able to have nice conversation with you. Hi, my name is Omotola. Can I meet you? How do you feel? Like, do you understand? Like, do you get? So you need to be able to. It's like a guy toasting a lady. Understand? You need to know how to talk to people to get the right kind of reaction or response that you need from them. And at the end of the day, as much as I understand that strategy and tactics, which are skill also, as much as I know that they are important, but there is a danger approaching networking like that. At the top of the chart, your social skill, your ability to be able to make people comfortable, make people feel warm in their hearts. Like you see somebody dressed combination where a sky blue shirt with a navy blue shirt, and the person is neat, like, damn, you're looking so nice. Like, I like your combination. Now, I won't say this to everybody, but you need to be able to read the room, read who you're approaching. That is a skill. Like, that's a skill that everybody needs to be able to deploy when they're engaging in the aspect of networking. Another skill that we need is the ability to be able to lay the foundation for trust. That's one skill that people do not know that it is something they need to learn. How do you meet somebody for the first time in an event and you lay the foundation for trust? Take for instance, how did myself and you meet, Treasure? We met at an event. And yet you would want to do certain things, you will bring them to me. I'm currently working on a project. I'm like, Treasure, I need you on this project. And myself and you have had to do stuff in the past such that if people start, okay, if people talk about how you met, it's almost impossible to know that this person's only have like less than 2 years relationship and they're already doing a lot together. That's what networking can do. genuine people meeting genuine people, laying up foundational pathways that formulate and consent to trust. Because I usually tell people that, see, humans have always been involved in transaction. Like the entire history of humans has always been transactional when it comes to how we interact. Trade by barter came as a result of that transactional aspect. People living even in the old age, like I have this, you have this. The people who are from the agricultural sector and those who are fishermen, they live together in a community. The ones who are into agriculture bring food. The ones who are fisher people, they bring fishes. The one who are these, they bring, and that's how the community eats. So I understand
It's communal.
why. What did you say?
It's communal. It's communal living.
Yeah, yes, that communal life has always been transactional, and I understand it. But and it's also okay. It's okay, right? Because humans have always exchanged value. That it has always been an exchange of value. Either biologically, man gives his own egg or what is in his semen to the woman. The woman takes it and adds it to her own and gives the man, or the don't let me say she gives the man, she gives the family a child, right? It has, so if you look at it that way, it has always been a case of give and take. So I understand why it is natural for people to see networking in that regard. But the thing is, even when we say that something is transactional, it does not mean that it is selfish. It simply
Yeah.
means that it is the nature of interaction. You know, the nature, the framework within which that interaction exists. So the difference right now is whether that exchange is purely extractive, meaning is it just simply for what you want to take, or whether it is built on trust, which is the highest value of currency in any form of network, whether between a husband and a wife, a subordinate the and the boss, right? Or a partner and the other partner, a business and the other business, a colleague and a colleague, whatever. The highest value currency is trust. And trust is even rarer, especially in this age, than Bitcoin itself, more enduring than even a balance sheet. So for me, I would
You know,
say that yes. So for me, I would say that yes. Instead of focusing on what can I get or how do I close this person, the guiding principle should be how do I plant the seed of trust? And it takes skill to do that. How do I make this person feel safe, seen, and respected? Because when trust exists, status, perception of value, and access, they will flow naturally, which are actually the end products of networking. Networking
awesome. I see.
begins.
I really enjoy. Yeah. So awesome. Some still points so I think I catch a lot of what you say because practically almost everything I have done some way somehow have been with someone I met somewhere there. So I was speaking to one of our major partner who is Ghana, right? And a few days ago, I just sat down and asked myself, how did I meet this person?
Mm.
Okay, how did I meet this person? Because I remember traveling to Ghana, but I can't remember also like physical or but we had a common environment. We were in a common place where I was in a place where he was, and we found a way to connect. And like you said, trust was built. And today I can tell like one of my strongest hold my journey is that man. I'm not saying it to, it's strongest hold, one of my strongest force. And I have not, okay, I met him once when he came into Nigeria, but that was the only time I met him. and one interaction, one network, one connection, right? And so the thing is, a lot of times we are not short-sighted, right? We don't see ahead, so we kind of try what we have, right? And then it affects, because you don't know the door one person can open,
Sure.
right? And so it brings me to my next question: what is the common mistakes that most entrepreneurs make towards networking? And I want to just be very open, plain with these mistakes. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't make anybody feel good, because a lot of times, if you don't say these truths, we paint it in a way that sounds good, and at the end of the day, we still harm ourselves. So, in a very plain way, what are the challenges and what are common mistakes, that entrepreneurs in the course of trying to network, right? What are those things that it looks like they are doing it well, but they're actually making a very big blunder?
I think I'll mention just two. The reason why I want to build it on two is because these two sort of like they serve as the templates, right? The number one common is that people indirectly or directly, they tie networking too tightly to immediate outcomes, which creates pressure and reduces genuine connection. These immediate outcomes can be, oh, did you all network today at the event? Yes. So how many leads did you generate? So your partnership executive or your sales executive has a target of 20 leads, 50 leads. Now, I'm not saying that that is wrong, but I can tell you that typically, because businesses are not strategic, which is the second one, we are not strategic in our approach. So we would rather want to go all in and bring huge number, then take it back to your organization and start filtering, when you can actually still filter by the strategic approach that you take. Even if it is 5 people that each salesperson brings from that event, 5 solid leads that has been duly engaged and has been pulled into the sales funnel, such that the next thing that is happening is that there is invitation to their organization to come and talk more about it with the person. Some people are lucky enough, like I have been, to have gotten a second meeting where we are coming to do a demo, right? Because we had thorough conversations. You have a 2 hours event, you want to get 100 leads per person, because they told you that there'll be 5,000 people there. Like, in my head, I'm like, guys,
People
yeah,
just spend time trying to get leads. They don't
even filter who they are contact from.
They just want to get contact.
You just want to get contact. The funny thing is, event cannot be your primary source of lead generation. And the reason is because, except the organizers have helped you to really filter the type of people that you are speaking with, and have granted you access to those filtered audience within their event, because you know that every event has the core audience and then we have the mixed audience. Take for instance, there are some events where you have the VIP seats, the VVIP seats, and then you have the general seats. And then if it is now a free event, it's an event where people can just easily come in out of curiosity, or just out of bucket list of how many events they must go to in the quarter. They do not even have the purchasing power, neither do they fit into your customer bucket. So for me, these two things are the most critical mistake that people make. You are not strategic, in your, even if you are not strategic in your lead generation approach, neither are you strategic in your networking approach. Also, they tie too tightly networking to immediate outcomes. So we are talking about lead generation. Some people will tell you, ensure that whoever you are talking to, you are generating leads that will translate into meetings. Meetings. We want you to book meetings. Meetings is our target. Meetings. What are you laying aside to equip everybody? Because I realize is that most organizations that launch in their staffs or their employees into events to network, they do not all have equal experience and expertise when it comes to engaging people. I would always say that the only type of people you should push out, even if you want to use networking as a lead generation, should be people who have mastered the skill of prospecting and knows how to engage leads at that engagement sector. Because I was talking about different sales profile. The different type of sales profile captures the different type of people and how they fare or how they perform as sales or as business development or as business owners that are actually actively involved in converting people from strangers to advocates of their business or to users of their products. If you bring all of your people into an event because you want numbers, you will have shared efforts. But if you bring in people within your team that are good prospectors, when I mean prospectors, the essence of prospecting is to find opportunities, is to be able to locate opportunities. So knowing that that is what you want to do, the people you are sending in, when you say, I will make you fishers of men, is it not fishermen that they send?
Yeah.
Right? Because they understood, they understood, do you get? They understand, oh, we want to catch fish, we need to hook. What will be after we hook him, we need to engage him. What are we engaging the person with? What are we saying? How swift can you do your research on somebody that you're like, I see you, like, do you know a skill I have? I'm in an event and I have already gotten the lineup of all the speakers, the line type of businesses that are coming. I have done my research on all of them. And I'm like, okay, these are the people I want to look out for in this event. The partnership head of this, the head of HR of this, the strategic brand communications of this. As everybody is going into that hall, why me I'm going there is different. Those are the people like is laser focused. Those are the people I'm going to straight up. And as I'm going to them straight up, I have done my research about the business. I have read their AGM to know how the business perform. I have done a bit of research on maybe 5 or 10 of their businesses, employees, to see how they do, especially people who did their sales, because we work strictly with salespeople. So I'm already doing that research to see, oh, these 5 people who are in your sales team, how do they do on LinkedIn? Do they use LinkedIn very well? So that by the time I'm interacting with you, by the time we start talking, that's why I've actually gone through your social media platform. I see a lot of your employees. I know this person, I know this person, I know that person, not personally, but just from my research. I see that they don't do so much, but this person seems like you would have very, very good experience around this, right? I think you should consider this person. Like, we are talking, I'm telling you, I'm not telling you something that is coming on my head now. I'm telling you, people will sit down, and it's almost like as if we are having a consultation session. We naturally exchange contacts, not because we want to swap card. And that's
and then something very important. Yeah, and something very important as well, which I think I also take note of, is the fact that you swap contacts not out of not out of compulsion, not out of competition, with a sense of value being brought to the table. And the truth is that no one forgets you, right? Because you maybe get some level of value to them.
Yeah. Yes. And they are they are willing to continue. They are willing to continue that conversation with you.
That
You get?
yes. There's a very top leader. There's a very top leader I have access to in Nigeria. And to be honest, I've been targeting to engage with this person for almost 2 years. All right. And then I myself, I've been at multiple events where the person was in big, but I've not attended that person. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I've not attempted to engage with that person. Now something happened. Yeah. At a point in my journey, I discovered that for me to be able to affect or engage with that, there has to be some mutual value that this person is very much interested in. Right? I should be able to present on the table that if I do that, this conversation can move from just, oh, I know you, I have engaged with you, I really love what you I met you, you're one person that I have followed for over the years, and I feel like someone inspires me a lot, blah, 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 instead to becoming, oh, Treasure, can you help me do this? Treasure, I need you to help me. I think you can be the person to help me. And so what I just did that day was to look through their LinkedIn profile, and I discovered that their LinkedIn value optimized, and it was looking like not paying attention to LinkedIn as a source. I capitalized on that. I had a conversation with the person. I said, see, for you're really sleeping on LinkedIn. There's a lot you can become on LinkedIn. And a lot of your content fits this. As when I was speaking, I was literally speaking to that issue. And then the person opened up to me. I was like, my God, I've been looking for how to do this. I've been struggling to do this. And then I said, don't worry, I have some materials that can help you do this. And we exchanged contact, and it was not, when I exchanged contact, it was like, no, don't take this contacts. This one gives you access to me directly. What am I saying in essence? I have observed that it's value for value. If you can't bring something to the table, even if it's not even about your business, about something that you think can be part of, so it's possible that you really do, research on the problem the person is facing, possibly, or probably you read a bit of their article online. For instance, I was engaging with someone that is very, I don't want to mention the person's name, right? Someone very active in the ecosystem, and she writes a lot, and I didn't really follow her before that time. I know her, but I wasn't really like so active with it. But when I knew I was going to meet this person, I spent days reading her articles, jotting down. So when I met her in person, I extract those knowledge from her article. I was just giving it back, and she was like,
"It will make your conversation very rich." Yeah,
exactly. So when she was asking me, what do you do? How do you like? It was for me to get my stuff on her table, right, and get her access, like close access, without having to like go through the protocols and all of that, because that's it. So I think I totally agree with what you just said, and I think this is something a lot of people really miss, because there's always that there's always that I have to like talk about your business, what you do, what you've done, how they can help. Want to pitch speed that you want to just show them that you guys have done a lot and you are best business to invest in, and all of those plenty. So my question, which should be my final question now, would be, what would be the best approach? And please, guys, so sorry, Mary Ore is finding it difficult to join in. I don't know why, but she's been struggling. We've been talking online, so she's been struggling to join in. But so my question is, what is the best steps or 2 steps? You mentioned some of it in the conversation, researching and all of that, but I wanted to just keep in on it so that people can always pick it up. Major steps that people can take in a networking event that would enable them to meet the right people, meeting them, engage with them, and also get them, be a part of what they like, be interested in what they are doing, take the conversation to the next level. So that's my question.
So number one, you must be self-aware and you must be confident in yourself. That's your number one, because that's actually what opens the door to the conversation. Self-awareness makes you to be very much in tune with yourself. You have even already assessed yourself, assessed what you know, validated yourself, and validated what you know, such that when you are approaching a person, you are not doubting, is this the right approach to use or not? Can I hold the conversation down or can I not? Hope I will not disgrace myself or disgrace my organization. So first, self-awareness and confidence is important. Number two, do your research. Do your research on the type of organization that are coming to that event and the type of people that are coming to that event. Do your research. And number three, Mary, welcome. And number three, you have to be very strategic in your approach. Strategy is very, very important. Now, this has not negated the basic foundation that I set up before when I said that networking is a social concept. Because the truth is, we cannot remove strategy in this thing. In a professional or business context, especially at events, strategic networking can now become essential, right? Because you are often entering into spaces with pre-established walls. These walls are defined by brand perceptions, hierarchy of people or status, and then competition. So you are not going into an event where you are the only type of business selling what you are selling or providing what your organization is selling. So that is one of the reasons why this strategy is important. Know yourself, be confident, do your research on the organization and the individuals, and be strategic, because you may be representing not just yourself, but also a corporate brand. And that brand, as it goes, it has its targets. Because many people attend events with explicit outcomes in their minds. And these outcomes may be partnership, collaboration, investment, or maybe they just want to position their brand in the best way and the most visible way possible. And they need organizations or individuals who can do that. So if they come into contact with you and in their interaction with you, you are so light, like the value is not so look at it this way. If I meet an entry-level executive, I'm not expecting so much, but then I need him to be super smart and intelligent, right? But what happens if I meet somebody who is a team lead or who has been 6 years in the field, or I meet somebody who is a manager and has been 15 years in the field, and I'm talking to him, I'm talking about business growth, I'm talking about market share, I'm talking about the topic of discussion, and he's not really able to really, give me something that is, super salient to what we're talking about. You think I want to push the conversation further and start talking about business? It's just not possible. So for me, these three things are important: self-awareness and confidence in yourself. Do your research. Also be super strategic in your approach when you enter into this space, because strategy is like the bridge between authentic relationship building and organizational objectives. Your own organization objective and the organization's objective that you are going to be interacting with, how strategic you are is what can help you to be able to create that synergy. And if you have not been able to really figure that out, you just end up just being haphazard or scattered in your approach to networking, just collecting cards, collecting phone numbers, talking to anybody that dresses well. That's just it. Yeah. Hi, Mary.
Thank you so much. Hi. It's really exciting to have you here, Mary. Yeah, a lot of value has really shared here today, and I'm really excited that we're having this conversation. And I know a lot of people have gotten quite a lot of stuff from this today. And thank you so much for today's section. So Mary, I'm going to come over there. I know you really with the network, and I'm really very sorry with the whole process of I know a lot of things happen to come up in life, and it's good to have you here. I'm really excited that you came around. So yeah, awesome. So I'm really quite a while, for let's say about a year plus now, roughly almost 2 years now, since we first connected on LinkedIn. I think you're one of those few persons that understands really networking practically from what it ought to be. Build your network, you built your brand from. I know when you started off. Well, I don't know when it started off, but I know when it was not so much. You've kind of grown into where it is currently. So it has come with quite a number of lengths. One thing I know you've done is creating reliable networks, creating reliable relationships that has really helped you to become so relevant in the space, right? So I want to share with you practically, because this is going to be it's something that I see you right? Virtually, a lot of people feel networking has to be done physically in person, but it's not the act of networking virtually and then translated to a physical engagement. And it makes some sense for me. Just tell us a bit of a journey in this that has kind of gotten you to where you actually. That's my first question to you.
Okay, great. First of all, welcome everyone again. Anyone who's listening, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I tried my best to round up the call, but some calls you can't really round up quickly. The meeting was supposed to be for yesterday, so I couldn't just cancel on the person. So thank you. I listened to Ma Motola when she was speaking. So many amazing gems. I love the hair, love the glasses. I have my glasses here. I think it's the pinkish stuff. So yeah, well done. And
Thank
she has
you.
done great work so far. So I'm just going to make it practical. I wish I heard everything so I don't repeat what she has to say. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the practical networking tips I use to grow from 323 followers to about 25K, showing up in just about 200 days of virtual networking, virtual building personal brand virtually. Right now, I have like a Forbes BLK membership. Right now, I'm rated number one for sales according to Faricon ranking in France. I'm rated top 10 sales and marketing professional according to the iconic brand Africa. Right, I've got to teach on stage some of the words or some of Lagos powerful business owners, the Lions Club. Some people know the Lions Club. Have been awarded. They have been awarded by the Lagos State Arm, and everything I'm doing is virtual networking. I do in-person networking, but I'm just telling you about the results I've gotten from networking online. My first 20 days on LinkedIn, I got a message from somebody who was in Bill Clinton's Treasury Council. It happened from the comments. So if you think that it's a joke, that you can network and get results, then you are frying plantains sacrilegiously with yourself. You're going to get used to some of the things I say. These are things I've coined, right? You don't want to commit the sacrilegious calamity of not knowing exactly how to network positively, because it can take you from there, from down, you can't see my hand, but way low to way high. And you don't need to be Davido. You don't need to be Omo Babalowo to start networking. You don't have to have the finest face. You need one qualification. If you can go to the convenience, you can go to the toilet. You use the toilet and it stinks. It doesn't smell like daffodils. It doesn't smell like roses. It doesn't smell like ice cream. Means you are just as human as the rest of us who are networking, and you can't do it because I did it. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and tell you simple things you can do. So I don't want anybody saying, oh my God, oh this. No, I started from nothing. I don't have like super rich parents. I don't have like the leverage. I created my own leverage, which means you can't create your own leverage. I'm not where I'm supposed to be right now, right? I'm not where I want to be. I'm not the biggest person in the world. I'm still going up. So I don't want anybody looking at me like, oh, but I'm going to help you get higher. And these tips are going to help you. Whether you are starting now, whether you're going to do it every day, whether you're going to do it 3 times a week, it's going to work for you and it's going to lift you up. So the first thing you want to know in networking is you want to start from your mind. It's the mindset. It's the mindset. You know that like everybody, if you're going to look at Tony Elumelu, if you're going to look at Bill Gates, if you're going to look at Hillary Clinton, you know definitely that they are humans like you. You don't look at them as gods. And you know that if you can speak the language of value, the language of value, the language of excellence, anybody would be willing to give you attention, will be willing to give you a listen. The world is constantly looking for problem solvers. If you can't position as a problem solver, people will embrace you. Even Bill Gates, even Elon Musk will embrace you. I don't know if you can still hear me. I can't see the audience. I would have loved to be seeing the feedback. If you are getting me, if I'm speaking normal and you can really, you are feeling it. I
Well,
also feel the fire. No, are you
I'm your
following?
audience. I can see you.
Okay. So one thing I always tell people is networking is not a skill that anybody is born with. I
Mm.
was an introvert. One time, I think one time a is it a math teacher? The math teacher asked me, it's like, Mary, you're the one who scored the highest. Come and solve it in front of the class. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That day I prayed for rapture. I'm like, God, this is a good time, just let the rapture happen, because anything that will move me from here to the front of the class where people will actually see me. you know I was an introvert. I didn't like anybody talking to me. In fact, oh my God, somebody just walking towards me trying to talk to me was a sacrilegious calamity to me. Oh my God, why can't you talk to somebody else? What have I done to deserve this? For God's sake, I'm wine color black. I sit at the back. I keep quiet. Why do you want to talk to me? So if you are not as worse as I am, or if you are as worse as I was, then you can't network. You can't sit in front of a camera like I'm doing, look pretty and talk to the mic or talk to the camera, right? So basically, one thing you want to do is change the mindset. Change the mindset. I remember one time a teacher was coming across to me, and then I crossed to the other side. And then he asked me, it's like, Mary, am I a lion? Why did you fly? You literally flied away. So basically, it has to start from the mindset. Nothing anybody tells you is going to work from you if you don't change the mindset. Number one mindset, like I said, if you can speak the language of value, anybody will give you audience. You are valuable. Look for something. Be good at what you do. Everybody will want to connect with you if you position rightly, right? The second mindset is the mindset of helping. I look at myself as a superhero to business owners, helping them with branding, with marketing, helping people to get visibility online, helping people to get quality leads, get sales online, helping people to position, manage their accounts on LinkedIn. So I don't look at myself in terms of networking. I don't look at myself like I want you to help me. I am coming because I am your superwoman. I'm coming to help you. I'm coming to save the day. Imagine the kind of audacity you have when you think you are a superwoman or you're a superman. You're not coming to act, or you are not coming to look at, oh, this is a big person, this person is going to help me get a job. There's a different vibe you bring. And then when you implement all these things that amazing people have told you about networking, you will get better results. So the first thing I said, if you can speak the language of value, the second thing, you want to come with a mindset of helping. The third thing, you want to start small. A lot of people, aspire to perspire, you can do it. I started from my backyard with just one sachet of water, and now I have 5 water industries. No, it doesn't work like that. You want to take it one step at a time, right? A lot of people put undue pressure on themselves. Okay, this person, you must network with 50 people. Yeah, you must network with 100 people. You must network with 500 people. Start from where you are and then progress. So if I want to network with 500 people this year, I'm not going to network with 150 people in one event. I've not networked before. I'm going to try and take the first 3 steps. Then I'm going to take the next 10 steps. Then I'm going to try the next 15, the next 20. Do it gradually. Do not put pressure on yourself. Up until now, when I go to events, I don't try to network with everybody. I don't try to talk to everybody. I have a few strategic people who I know, okay, this person is in my line. This person aligns with my purpose. I'm going to network with this person. If Bill Gates is not in line with my purpose, with where I'm going, and I'm not able to help and contribute meaningfully, I don't see why I'm going there to shine it and collect the contact. It's not valuable. So the third thing is, you want to always, if you look at yourself, if you look at what you've done, there's always something valuable. There's always something valuable. But how will you know that, okay, this valuable thing you have will help somebody else? It's when you listen to them. So you're not going into networking with the mindset of, oh, I have to network for money. You are going into networking with the mindset of, you want to help, you want to give value, and you want to listen to see what they need. Now, this is this is what a lot of women say. This is what a lot of men say, right? They say, okay, so the man gave. Let me use another example. So let's say you love chicken and chips. Yeah, let's say you love chicken and chips, and then somebody is coming with value, coming to give you the best soup in his or her town. That is value to the person, but you don't know what that soup is. You don't even know why the soup looks the way it looks, right? You don't know why it looks that way. So basically, you want to make sure that you listen to people first of all, before pitching, before trying to give your value to the other person. These are the 3 biggest things that have helped me to build. So while I'm networking, while I'm commenting in the comment sections, while I'm going on, right, I'm making posts to help people, I'm making valuable posts. While I'm doing all of these things, right, these are the 3 things that always work. And I'm going to give you simple things you can do. So basically, you want to streamline. What are you? What do you do? For instance, I'm a branding and marketing specialist. You go to www.answerthepublic.com, www.answerthepublic.com. You type branding, you type marketing, your keywords. So whatever I'm saying for myself, you relate it with yourself, and then you do it. You can just go ahead and do it practically now. So you go to www.answerthepublic.com, branding, marketing, and then you're going to see the problems. Or you go to ChatGPT. I'm a top branding and marketing specialist, right? Take the post of a top researcher and help me look for my target audience, their pain points, the best location where I can reach them, right? The messaging that would hit them right where they are, right? That would help them, right? And then you go ahead and you get that data. If you are doing networking from a place of research, from a place of knowledge, from a place of meeting people at the point of their needs, it's so much better. It's so much effective. It's more effective, and it's going to give you better results than when you just go and then you're giving your business cards. It doesn't really work. I'm trying to check if the host is here. I can't find the host. I don't know why the host is not here. Maybe it's the network. I think I've pretty much answered and I've pretty much covered that. But till it comes, I'm just going to go ahead and give you an example. I spoke about the first job offer I got on LinkedIn via commenting. So if you want to do networking virtually, these are the things you want to do. You want to comment on industry niched posts, because that is where people who need you would be, for instance, I want to comment on, I'm a branding and marketing specialist. I want to comment on business owners post about business, post about entrepreneurship, post about marketing, post about getting leads, getting visibility. These are the things I'm telling you. These are the things that you need to do. And when you go to the comment section, you don't just say, thanks for sharing, this is amazing, oh, nice, nice. 1,000 other people are doing that. So how do you separate yourself from the rest of the pack? How do you become the ace? How do you become the different person that is chosen? You separate yourself. So this is exactly, I will try to remember the comment I made that got me that job offer, right? On my first 20 days of being intentional about LinkedIn, right? Have you been hearing me? You went out for a while. I think I was still on board. Okay, because I finished answering the question, but then just continue. So now I'm talking
My
about,
network was of
what did you say?
yeah, my network obstructed a bit.
Yeah, so I'm talking about the comment I made the first 20 days on LinkedIn that got me that job offer, the international job offer from a CEO in Canada. Yeah, I was fresh on LinkedIn, had no leverage, was trying to understand the platform, right? So, and it was just me commenting meaningfully only in the comment section. So that's when I told you earlier about listening. I don't think I emphasized enough how important it is. So this business owner went ahead and then he wrote about the new branches of his business and how they are trying to improve in sales and marketing and how they are opening new branches, and then they are working and they are hoping that with God, like with the help of God, it's going to do great. Now, if you listen carefully, they are talking about, okay, they are opening new branches and they're trying to improve their sales and marketing, and with the help of God, they are going to do great in their business. If you listen carefully, they're just calling on me. They're just saying, Mary, we need you. Come and take our money. Come and help us. If you listen very clearly, it calls for a branding and marketing specialist. You don't go to the comment section when you've heard a clarion call for your services and then you write great post. Thanks for sharing. Oh my God, you're doing amazing. This is great. Another branch, another. Oh my God, that's a sacrilegious calamity. You want to stop frying plantain with yourself. This is what I did that got me the job offer. And I moved from that comment section. It came into my DM. From the DM, we went on WhatsApp, we went on a call. Boom, I got the job offer. So this is what I did. I went on the comment section, right? I went to the comment section. I saw the problem. I'm like, okay, this is how I would tackle the problem as before. But then people called me sales warlord. I quickly got the name sales warlord, right? So I wrote. Now I'm like going by branding and marketing, but then I was sales warlord and website designer. I still do website design, sales with my team. So then I wrote as a sales warlord and website designer, these are the steps I will take to 3 times the revenue that you currently have. Number one, so. Number two, so. This is a simple funnel that I would implement, that can be implemented. And then it was blown away, and it's like, you know what? Come and implement what you wrote. So are you even writing something that they can tell you that, okay, come and implement what you wrote? How do you come and implement? Thanks for sharing. This is amazing. You're an inspiration, sir. You're just like all the other people, like an ambulance. You're part of the wow, 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 wow clan. You don't want to be part of those people, right? So basically, that is one thing. So I'm going to stop here. I think the host is here. You can ask me another question. To be candid, I want to take a break and sip some of my wine.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mary. Well, I know we're almost out of time, so I think my last question would be, you kind of answered a lot in like while you answered, you kind of touched quite a number of questions I would have asked you, right? But I think my last question would be how do you also bring your virtual activities to the physical environment, and how has that really helped you as well to kind of create a more intimate relationship, right? This is at the top of my head because what we are trying to promote is virtual engagement, virtual networking, but this time around you're also bringing it into the physical rooms or the physical environment. And how have you applied this energy on the virtual space to the physical environment, and how has it helped you also build, like, create meaningful relationships as well?
Okay, so I'm going to start from the fundamentals and move on to answering that question and then link it up with practical things you can do. Again, I think we have two tasks that you can do right now. So if you don't want to be a sacrilegious plantain fryer, you want to be typing, you want to be jotting this down, you want to be implementing. Because if you don't implement, what use is knowledge? Okay, so like I said, I didn't say this. Let me say this, right? Modules, right, start from trusted intros than from, like, maybe you just go ahead and then you just meet them anywhere, right? So, like I said, people buy into people first before they buy into your problem, before they buy into your problem solving, right? This is why referrals, they cost lesser and then they convert higher. So with this thing, with this idea in your mind, you know that you don't have a choice than to build a personal brand. I'm building a personal brand on LinkedIn, but based on what you do, you would build a personal brand on the platform where your target audience is most active. I told you what you're going to say to ChatGPT, so you get where your audience is. But I'm just going to give you a quick pointers. If you do B2B, business to business, that is, you do, maybe you're a business owner, you help other business owners with their CRM, you help other business owners, or you are a coach, you coach other coaches. That's business to business, right? If you do dry cleaning services, right, that is not business to business, that's business to consumer, B2C, right? You want to be on Instagram, you want to be on TikTok, right? If you do, maybe you just, okay, what you do is like you are selling to a younger audience. TikTok is great, Instagram is great. If you are selling to an older audience, Facebook, you get the older audience on Facebook, you get the older audience on LinkedIn too. But you're going to get more decision makers on LinkedIn. So wherever you want to build your brand on, right, you choose the right platform. You have to choose the right platform. You need to choose the right place to show. Regardless of how beautiful you are, or how amazing you are, if you don't step out of your room into where people who can look at you and think you are amazing are, it's a waste. It's just like you're winking in the dark to your crush. No matter how you do it, your crush will not see you. So you want to choose the right place, right? That's the point of not choosing darkness and choosing the light and choosing the right light, not just any light. You don't just want to come out and go to your church for your pastor to look at you. No. You want to come out and go to the right place. That's why I told you. You want to choose. Don't go and only you are on Instagram. You're posting every day on Instagram. You're posting on LinkedIn. You're posting on YouTube. You're posting everywhere. It's going to get exhausting. You want to focus your energy on one thing, build momentum, and then you can now diversify. A lot of people say, oh, rich people diversify, you can't put all your eggs on one basket. All the rich people I know, before they diversified, they put their egg on inside one basket, they focused on it, right, they locked in, and when they started doing great in that one platform, then they started to go out. So you want to focus your energy on one platform. That's the first thing. You know that, okay, this platform is my second job. You want to take the platform as your second job. It's not like, oh, okay, I want to show up, maybe I'll get some business owners. This is a job. You will clock in. I clock in on LinkedIn 3 times weekly. It is my lifestyle. I'm not planning to, okay, when I get clients, I'm now going to rest. This is now time for pepper soup. No, you want to clock in like it's a job, right? So basically, we have the foundation, we have the fact that you want to build a brand, and then I will link it back to the question, right? How do you do it virtually, right? You want to build your brand. When you get your brand, because no matter how, it's just like if you're going to network physically, you need to actually look good and go out. Now, your brand is like your dress, it's like how you look. online. You want to look good online. That's why I said you want to choose the right platform. You want to, start with your profile optimization. I have an ebook on my profile right now that's going to help you with profile optimization. You can just get to my LinkedIn, because if I start talking about profile optimization, it's going to take a long while. But what you can get the free PDF on my LinkedIn featured section. Just go where you're going to see me with a white post there. Just scroll, you're going to find it. But what I need to tell you is optimize your profile. Do not think, okay, I'm going to put a picture. Work with a professional to optimize your profile. Free things don't give the best results. Go with a mentor, join a class, anything you want to do, optimize your profile, right? I told you go to www.answerthepublic.com. You want to work with the research while you're optimizing your profile. You don't just want to give a graphic designer. I already told you what to do, right? You can go to places like www.pfpmaker to remove your background picture before you get everything started, right? www.pfpmaker. Put a picture, take out the background, put your color, right? A color you will pick. You can work with ChatGPT to get you the color, just the way I was giving you the script the last time, right? So basically, you've optimized your profile, you've optimized your messaging. You want to start putting out posts that solve your target audience problem. It's not about going viral. There are so many SAPA influencers right there on LinkedIn, on Instagram, everywhere. You have 1 million followers, but you don't even have $50 in your account. What are you? A sacrilege. You don't want to be a sacrilege, do you? So you want to focus on the right priorities. You want to focus on the right things, right? So you are putting out content that help your target audience. You want to have a consistent look everywhere. So your look, make sure that every time you are posting a picture, it looks like you. Every time you are posting your profile picture, it looks like you. Not you will post one, some people will post AI picture, they are fine, everything, they're chiseled, and then you go on a call with them and you want to shout Jesus Christ. But not because of the goodness of God, because of the shock you are seeing. Because the person is too different from what you saw and you are shocked. This person was looking all fine and all cool on their profile, and now you are seeing somebody with a double-decker head. I'm just exaggerating, but you get my point. You want to have consistent look. You want to have consistent tone of voice. I'm funny on my post. I'm funny in real life. It's me that's writing the post, right? I look like this on my post. I look like this in real life. Anywhere you see me, I don't have a lot of lighting. It's dark. I just came out and I'm stressed, but you can still see that, okay, this is the same person. So you want to work on that. Go and get a professional photo if you must, right? If you have a clear picture, take it. Make sure that the pictures you are putting don't look like your throwback. Some people make that mistake. If you are looking like throwback in your photos, then people will not want to connect with you. Because like Yoruba people say, Irinisi ni Soni Lojo, how you look like is how they are going to, relate with you. So if you don't look good, people will not want to connect with you, even virtually. People will judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. Everybody judges a book by its cover. Because what do you want to judge a book by? What else can you judge a book by? Its cover. So you want to make sure that your cover is good. Now, we've covered optimizing your profile. We've covered putting posts that actually make that solve problem for your target audience. And you can use different frameworks, like the past framework when you're writing your post: problem, agitation, solution. I don't want to dwell too much on this because it's a whole lot. But I'm going to tell you what you're not going to easily find on ChatGPT or find anywhere. A lot of people always miss putting a CTA. If you don't ask people to come and chat with you or to book a call on your post, people will not chat with you. People will not book a call. You need to tell people what they should do. Make it easy, as if you're talking to a 6-year-old. I see a lot of people, they come, the vicissitude of fate has helped us. You want to show you're a professional. What you are doing is you are chasing us away. We don't want to get a dictionary to read your post, please. Even when you are going in and connecting with people in the DM, right? You want to have that consistency everywhere. You go into the DM, do not be part of those people who are saying, hey, let's connect. No. Make it more personal. You want to get yourself different from all the other people. Send a voice note. Send a voice note. You can send a video. Somebody sent me a video and I've never forgotten this person. It's someone, is it in India or yeah, India. I think I had another person who did that in South America. I don't forget. I can't forget those two people. Actually sent a video. Oh, Mary, this, or love to this, and then pointed something I did, right? Pointed, you pick something, you have to actually look at the people you want to connect with. Do that research, that background research. The way I talked about it, look at their profile, look at their recent posts, look at what they're doing, look at their recent posts, look at what they're doing, look at something that makes sense. So you go into the DM and you're like, I can see that you do so, something that many people will not notice, right? For instance, you come into my DM and you call me sales warlord. I know that you have looked at me because I don't have it on my profile, right? So you address me by something that most people will not address me by, right? You go ahead and then you talk about something. You are not pitching on the first date. Do not ever pitch on the first date. You cannot find it. Is just like the whole networking, sales, marketing, everything. It's just like being in a relationship. You first of all, you meet the woman you want to marry, let's assume. You don't tell her, will you marry me on the first date? You want to give her value. Whether your value is taking her to go eat chicken and chips, it's value. But it has to be the value that the person thinks is value, not the value that you think is value. I already covered that, right? And then you follow up. A lot of people always miss follow up, even in the DM, even in the chat. You posting consistently is follow up, especially when you've connected with the person. You increase your chances of being able to connect with the person by looking good, by posting good, and when you get to the person's DM, if you can send an audio, a voice note, you send a voice note. If you can make a video, you make a video. If you can send a personalized request, you send a personalized request. It is better when you go to the person's post and then you like the post, like maybe 2 or 3 posts, and then you comment. You can comment on one post. Just make sure you have been noticed before you enter people's DM. You want to make sure you have been noticed before you enter anybody's DM. You can never go to anybody cold. Never enter anybody's DM cold. Never pitch to anybody cold, right? So those are the things. I don't want it to take a lot of time. So those are the things that you can easily do. This is just one meeting. I don't think I can cover half of quarter of all the things.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Actually, I know you have a lot, and that's something about Mary that stands out a lot. You know, the fact that Mary has a lot and a lot of value to give. She told me yesterday that if you allow her, she can speak for the next 2 hours and she'll not get tired. And I agree with you. And let me tell you, everything she says is value packed, and I'm really appreciative of her time here, right? So because of time, we can't go anymore, right? We initially had planned this section for just an hour. But because of the little network issue, I had to just kind of give an extension a bit so that we can have Mary's perspective to this call. Right. So thank you so much everyone for joining. I'm going to just allow our speakers to just give their parting statements. Omotala, I'm going to start with you. Parting statements and a piece of counsel to those who are looking to leverage the Africa SME Assembly for their entire for their networking game, right? So Omotala, would you want to just go first, and then afterwards Mary can go next?
All right. I think what I would just say is that as you prepare for the African SME Assembly, it would be good to go back to this session again and listen to it, right? Because pretty much most of the things that we have touched on, myself and Mary, have given you a blueprint on how you should engage and how you should interact with the events and with the people. Ensure that while you're coming for the events, as much as you're preparing to look good, right? Do well to go through the lineup of speakers. Understand to an extent the areas of topics that will be discussed. Do a bit of your research on it so that you are equipped, because you really have no idea what you will be doing or who you will be encountering. You have no idea what conversation that you will be involved in. And one thing I would always say when I interact with people is you do not necessarily need depth in certain topics that might be so technical or advanced or outside the terrain of your scope, but you need a breadth. Understand how these things, the dynamics in certain conversation, how does it affect the citizens, how does it affect businesses, how does it affect household, how does it affect the state or a nation. Have such kind of um, understanding around different topics and how they interact and how they relate, or how they are also interpreted by all of these different verticals. If you can do that, if you understand the concept of money as to how it involves a family, a business, an entrepreneur, a nation, the concept of building as it pertains to relationship, business, economy of a nation, economy of a state, and all that. Those type of variation, right, or variety in understanding of how topics align, they actually help you to have a very rich resource that makes it easy for you to hold a conversation, because this is something that is going to be important even as you interact with people, even beyond the African SME Summit. So yeah, that would be my advice and last word to everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Omotala. So Mary, over to you. Just share with us your parting statement and what you think business owners should take away from this section today.
Okay, let me be honest with you. Like I said, networking is not something you are born with. It is a leverage that will help you move forward. Only when you do it great, and the more you exercise your networking skill, the better you get. It's just like driving a car, right? We have great, amazing cars right now. We have Rolls Royce, we have Maserati, we have Lamborghini. We're not riding on donkeys or on cattle anymore, because we kept evolving. And that is how you're going to keep improving your networking skill. That is why you want to go to amazing networking events like the one that the SME Assembly is organizing right now, because you need to keep improving as you keep implementing everything we've told you. Now you have to implement it virtually, implement it in real life. Like I said, when you get to the SME Assembly, right, this event coming up, you get your ticket. You're not going with the mindset of, okay, I'm going to pitch to 50 people or 200 people, right? You're going there because you want to listen, you want to go as an helper, and you want to give value. And when you listen clear enough, even if you don't have anything to give people, because I know that you can ask your questions now, and then you might think, oh, how do I give this person value? What can I do? Being able to ask intelligent questions alone will help you pick somebody's interest, right? So, like I said, you want to go to more events, you want to practice everything that we've said, you want to implement, because if you do not implement, you will not get results. You need to implement, So, go out there and implement, and it's going to be amazing. Okay, I can see that the network is off.
All right. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much, Omotala. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone. So I'm just going to do a snapshot. So let me do this in a more equal position. So I want to take a picture of everyone. So let's just um, do a very nice pose so that I can take that picture. There you go. All right. So thank
Okay, I want
you
to
so much,
say
everyone, and I'm really excited that we had to do this. For everyone who's joining us live, there'll be a definitely get to. You can definitely come back to this again. I'll try to see how to get videos cut off, worked on, and then sent back to everyone as well. But I want to really appreciate all our speakers for joining. I know how busy these people can be. I know how stressed, based on their schedule, these people can be. So for them to be here today, it means they appreciate what we do here, and they are really, excited to be a part of what we are doing here already. So I want to appreciate everyone, and thank you so much for those who are joining on YouTube, those who are joining on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for joining again. We would see again next week.
Mary
This
has
week,
something
right?
to say.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh, Mary, you want to say something? Oh, please go ahead. Sorry, I want to say.
I've used of my notes, but I think I shouldn't leave this out. One easy way you can start implementing everything we told you, you connect with everybody right here on this floor. Like you're going to see on the replay, you're going to see some people connected. You click on it, you start practicing your networking from there. That's an easy way to do it. So that's just what I wanted to say.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mary. And please follow Mary. If you're not following Mary on LinkedIn, if you're also following Omotala Podcast on LinkedIn, I'm sure if you send them a request on LinkedIn, they most likely would accept your request, right? But I want you to follow them up and follow their content. These people put out amazing content every day and every week, and I'm sure you'll get one or two value from them that will keep your entire business journey afloat. I tell you, right? I have been following them for some number of years now, and I've not regretted one bit that action. So please, I want to encourage you to follow these people, and you'll get a lot of value from them. And thank you so much for everyone who is joining, who has joined. The Africa SME Assembly is in August 2025. I want to encourage you, if you're yet to buy your ticket, if you're yet to if you're yet to buy your ticket, if you're yet to um, um, give um, your time and energy to ensure you're there in that room that they please do so. Okay, I'm sure that you would get a lot of value at the event. So I want to encourage you to please go ahead, buy your ticket, go to the africaSMEassembly.org. You can get your tickets now. Let me just type that on the chat. So you can always get your tickets from www.africaSMEassembly.org. Oh, I think I just made a mistake there. All right, awesome. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you all with this important statement from our speakers. The first is from Motala. She said, so that's the website there. You can go to the website. The Motala said that networking is not passive, networking is active. What it means is that if you're not intentionally networking, you most likely never meet the right people or even foster the right relationship at networking events. And one very major thing that Mary said is you can, if you if you keep frying plantain and you sleep on the bicycle, you most likely remain at the level or the position where you are currently. And you have to actively engage in what you ought to do. Position yourself rightly and position yourself as a person of value, right? You must position yourself as a person of value, and there are a lot of ways to do that. There are steps to take. She has already given us access to some materials that you can take advantage of immediately and get yourself up to date with the kind of value you can give us, right? And these are people you can always follow to get this consistent nuggets from. So once again, thank you so much for everyone for joining. I am really excited to have done this with you. We come again next week, right? Continue this process. So let me once again appreciate our speakers coming in. Thank you so much, Matala. Thank you so much, Mary. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. This is goodbye from us here at the Africa SME Assembly. We'll do it again next week, and I'm hoping that have all of you guys join us once again.